welcome everyone to another Ace Attorney live stream. Some dual Destinies. It's what, our 9th stream of it. We're gonna finally take down LeBlanc. We're gonna probably not fully see the end of Blackwell. I got a feeling the emo boy will return because it's never a phase. Dash, welcome to the stream. How's your Thursday going so far? Did I say LeBlanc? I meant LaBelle. I woke up an hour ago. You have to give me a break. I've been up for an hour. I have my coffee. Give me a break. Also, give me just a second. Oh yeah, I'm super stoked for Monday. I think the only thing I'm not excited for with Persona is just the length. That's the only thing that I'm not excited about. Because I'm always worried that a game takes too long. And that people get bored with it. That's always what I hate, as much as I like Persona. Oh, I know it's got added stuff to it. Trust me, I'm excited for one character to be introduced. It's just this. It was... Oh no, it was 2 games. Oh. Oh no, I would, dude, I'm always excited about that. I was excited about that in the OG. In the OG playthrough, I didn't know about her, so... Yeah, there was a lot of excitement. There was a lot of excitement. What was it? 15 apiece. Alright. Yeah, I'm good with that. Alright. Other one that appears after the first boss. Oh, I don't know. That one might be new then. That might be one I don't know about. I mean, nobody beats the original Doctor. Nobody will. As I've said many times on this channel, your boy got a type. Alright, I think I'm all ready to go. We will pause that. We will get the in-game audio going. I will get my volume up so I can hear it. Let's see if I'm in my bag again this week. I felt pretty good about my voice acting chops last week. I doubt I'm going to be as good today. Let's get to it. The finale. Kumi's the Cynthia persona? Well then. Okay. I forget what I was trying to show. Let me go back for a second. You present evidence that contradicts the image you see. Let's see. Yeah. So I just gotta find the contradiction. Okay. Oh, yeah, because now I remember. He said there was a cape when he doesn't wear a cape. That's what it was.
Objection!
I had to recollect the memories of last week. clear the throat passage. You said the Amazing Ninetales' cape was red. Are you sure about that?
Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but...
Mayor Tenma! Throw up your 2 sweets for the Amazing Ninetales. We all know the Amazing Ninetales is Bullet Club for life. Does this cape look red to you?
Oh! That certainly does not look red. Not even scarlet or crimson either, and I know that one quite well. Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did fill my as yet hazy field of view. And I thought to myself, ah, the Amazing Ninetales is arrayed in a cape of red.
So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh?
Apparently so. And remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me. So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness he mentioned is what's interfering with his memory.
Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there that would have been that shocking? I know. Could it have been? Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw I'm just trying to remember what all the evidence is we got. Now this thing's not very big, so yeah. The only thing I can assume is it's the blood splatter from the alderman. Yeah, well in the story, man. Someone explained to me what the Eagles' plan is. They fire Patullo because his lack of experience made him suck, so they hired Sean Mannion, who has 1 year as position coach under his belt, and hired the Packers wide receivers coach to their run game coordinator. I mean, I don't know. Who was Mannion? Who was Mannion with last year? What staff was he with? Okay, time out. I gotta watch this. This dude apparently named every Super Bowl winner. This is impressive. Then he moved from the Super Bowl to the NFL Championship. This dude's naming every champion in football history. He just named every champion backwards. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That was awesome. That's weird that you would go after the Packers player. The LaFleur tree isn't terrible, but like I would have gone after like something out of the Vikings or Rams or hell, even Jacksonville. Ravens are trying to get our assistant wide receivers coach, so I don't know. Man, you was the only guy willing to say yes by reports? Well, that explains it. That explains it. Oh, I also saw a post as I was getting ready for stream and just scrolling Twitter for some fun. I saw a post of a guy who said his daughter was in school and they asked what, like, a word that starts with S, and she said Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's good parenting. That is good parenting. Shit. I shouldn't do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tail this 25 leg parlay. I mean, hey, the good thing about this draft class is it's a bunch of big boys. It's D-line and O-line heavy, so that's the one good thing for every team that needs offensive or defensive linemen. You know what? I'm going to go a whole dollar on it. Do you guys think I'm going to turn this dollar into 1,900 bucks? Because I don't. I did make a slight profit last night, though. It was close. I got scared. They were adamant that the OC must keep Stoutland. It's a Jim Short situation. Which is we're scared of Eagles fans because of the egging. Really? That's funny. That's funny. Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be, Mr. Timma, that you saw? What you saw was the alderman's blood?
Blood? Why, yes. It was blood.
It's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me now. Timma just breaks into some Celine Dion. It wasn't a red cape I saw. It was lying behind the amazing Ninetales. The alderman's bloody body. That also means that somebody put on the suit, then. Somebody wore the mask. Hell yeah, the noise is gone. Bye-bye.
His noise level is down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now.
He remembers everything. Does this mean the amazing Ninetales killed Alderman QB? Which means, technically, Alderman QB is not the amazing Ninetales. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I'm calling it now. He's not actually the amazing Ninetales. Gotta love a good coach that'll throw his guys under the bus. Gotta love that. That's always a good thing. I remember having one of those. His name was Doug Peterson. Hated his starting quarterback. Absolutely despised him. Loved his backup, though. And that offensive coordinator, I mean, Doug loved him. I don't know what was going on there, but ooh. Everybody else hated.
But the alderman was the amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work?
Well, it's obvious that Masahiro Chono is actually the amazing Ninetales. Because he throws up a 2 sweet, which means... No, I'm saying Press Taylor was his illegitimate child. I'm still pretty sure. What's going on here is Masahiro Chono is the amazing Ninetales because he threw up a 2 sweet. As we know, Masahiro Chono is NWO for life. So, that is the only answer to this. Masahiro Chono is the actual amazing Ninetales.
Hey, I asked you first.
Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. That's a genius thought process. That's gonna go into the fanfic. True, but at the time of the crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover... Silence. Hoy, don't you think this strange? The little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the Fox Chamber. But she said naught about seeing the amazing Ninetales there. You had to bring that up, didn't you?
Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then?
Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's? Yeah, probably. Give me another cup of coffee and a ham sandwich. That's fine because he's not calling plays. As long as Press Taylor's not calling your plays, you're fine. I already had some water here. I'm trying to finish my coffee, but I have my water, so. Huh. And don't you dare say that to my coffee. I love my coffee. It's delicious. And I need it. It's got all the important things like caffeine. Yes, of course I can explain it. Because if I don't, we're in serious trouble.
Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. Fair warning, Justice Dodo. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this.
I don't know how to eat. I don't know how to do that. What about a good old-fashioned penalty? Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders. First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox chamber while it was locked. We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. Those two facts are crucial to my explanation. So let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma? A very good question indeed. I suppose you have an answer for us. Sadly, you would be surprisingly wrong. Yep. That's why I figured that was. I couldn't remember what that was, and I thought it was what it was. I done did think that it was what it actually was.
You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor?
Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that? Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The judge asserts that Florent LaBelle, the defense asserts that Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has, in fact, misremembered the events, what could have made her do so?
LaBelle was disguised as Tenma.
Because if there's one thing we know about Florent LaBelle, and I'll take this to my grave, my defense attorney grave, the man loves playing dress up. The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence.
And no, he is not turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise?
Yes, sir. They both do have incredibly distinct faces. I mean, they're both terrifying in their own different ways, though. Maybe the disguise completely hid his face?
I think Jinxie would have noticed if she couldn't see her father's face.
And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it?
Oh. Right.
Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Dodo. Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of?
I think I'll pass.
Are you okay, Apollo?
I'm not fine. Am I?
Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way, your baldness, your verdict, if you will.
Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments. What's even left for me to do?
Apollo, remember what Mr. Wright always says. When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down.
Turn the case upside down? He does say that, doesn't he? I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it. True. I mean, they're not wrong. I will say, though, the only argument I make here is it depends. We have not played off of Ninetales being Lucha Libre. Because that technically, like the whole mask situation, is more prevalent like this in Lucha Libre than it is in Japan. It's very much similar in Japan, but it's not as, you know, crazy as it is in Lucha Libre. Now that's accurate. Doesn't matter. It's still wrestling logic. It's just me nitpicking. And what about the fact that it was the amazing Ninetales who opened the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others. Can these facts turn things around? We got it all backwards. Apollo? I think we might have made a huge mistake.
Your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did, and they never will.
Didn't she? I do have proof.
Do you now?
All right, but this better be good, Mr. Justice. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father. Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place. These riddles are inextricably linked to Mayor Tenma's secret identity. I see what we're doing here. I see what we're doing here. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down. This piece of evidence clearly reveals Mayor Tenma's secret identity. Go!
What absolute claptrap! Poppycock! Boulder Dash!
I will say I love absolute claptrap. That's one. I've never actually heard anyone use claptrap outside talking about the Borderlands character. So, respect. And also, points for Boulder Dash. We thought the alderman was the amazing Ninetales, and the mayor was Tenma Taro. That's why we believe the mayor killed the alderman in his lust for Ninetales Vale. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. Now I get why they mean turn the case upside down, because it just means flip the roles. But that's clever to run it that way. However, we got the whole thing backwards. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenma Taro at all. He was the amazing Ninetales. Which one? You know what? That makes sense. He is much more the Masahiro Chono in this. Look at Athena's face. What is this?
You'd best explain yourself, Justice Dono. And from where you derived such a far-fetched conclusion.
My brain couldn't read for a second. Jinxie no doubt knew the true identity of the amazing Ninetales, but she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Oh, he had the mask on. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence.
The accused and the deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. Little Scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection.
Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a different build, too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different. I mean, I sound different.
Silence.
Listen to that. This is what justice sounds like. I like the idea of Justice putting on the Bane mask and suddenly he shows, ah! He's just got the mask on. I was born in the courtroom. You have simply adopted it. You were simply adopted by it. They must see one of us in the wreckage, brother. Oh no, Black Quill is totally not a mark. I guarantee you his friends made him watch it once and he said this stuff's fake as shit and got real mad about it. He is the type of guy that gets mad that wrestling's scripted. That's what Black Quill is. That's Black Quill 100%. 100%. Big UFC guy though. Big UFC guy. Watches a lot of Pride, too.
Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Objection.
That's disrespectful, man.
A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him. Still real to me, damn it. Still real to me. This case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room. Then by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already. First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and aldermen were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold, that's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber. Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, and completed the disguise by donning the Amazing Ninetales mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. The scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene. So then, the person who said I killed Alderman QB was... Yep. That was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence.
Yeah, he's just got the spear in hand. He's taking a sweet ass time, like rubbing it off, polishing it up real nice. Night-night, Alderman. Sweet dreams. And this is why you don't play children's card games.
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
No, you twisted samurai. This time, you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case. Woo! Apollo got a fucking sack now. I don't know where this came from. Sad as we know what LaBelle sounds like. Let's see, what would he sound like with the mask? So you put the mask on. It's gotta be muffled. So it'd be... I killed the alderman. Yeah, you can definitely tell it was him. There's no way in hell Trixie hears that voice and thinks it's her father, who would have a very deep voice. Let's be real, this man has a deep voice. And you hear a muffled version of just like that. Come on. It doesn't matter what he sounds like in the opening movie. We know what he sounds like, and he sounds like Pegasus. It's the only thing he actually sounds like. In our world, he's Pegasus. I just thought of a weird thing that I shouldn't have just thought of. Can we point out that Duelist Kingdom is a place where a bunch of kids went to an island hosted by a very flamboyant dude? Because a lot of the people that went to Duelist Kingdom, not adults. I just want to point that out. I just thought about that. Duelist Kingdom just got weird. I'm going to do a real quick check of something. Yep.
Like, do we know? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's not... I don't know if that's canon. So, I just want to point out, we need to double check some things, because my Valentine is starting to be weird right now. Okay. I need to know how much time passes between Duelist Kingdom and Battle City. Because I don't remember if they said how much time passes, but unless it's 2 years, Maya's the creepiest character in the series. Because Joey's 16. Just gonna point that out. Just gonna point that out. All of this just popped in my head. Pegasus list. We need all the names of the people who went to Duelist Kingdom. It's not 2 years, I can tell you that much. Yep, well, Ma's the creepiest person in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Then. We now know that. We now know that. So, okay, at max, there's 17 for Battle City. So, between Pegasus and Mai, they're fighting for the creepiest character. Legal Japan. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But still, not right. How? I'm just now really curious about this because they never do say certain characters' age. How old? I need to know how old Rex and Weevil are. Like, is there like a legitimate canon age for some of these guys? Oh, these are just the main characters. Fun fact, the oldest main character in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Yusei, which makes total sense. Also, apparently they have birthdays. The fuck? Bruh, I just wanted to know. Just because they never do bring up Rex and Weevil's age, but they don't seem much older. No, they didn't, but she's just, like, the whole thing is they're playing into the relationship angle with them, and that's why it's creepy. He's a child still. Okay, now that we've gotten on the how terrifyingly creepy some aspects of Yu-Gi-Oh! Are now that you think about with other things, back to proving what happened in court. I just love that all that popped in my head at one moment. And it was solely because I thought about an island and Pegasus being flamboyant. Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the forbidden chamber so he could drag the mayor back out into the fox chamber. Oh, so the amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was... Right. It was LaBelle opening the forbidden chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the forbidden chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch, in his Temmataro disguise, ran as fast as he could away from the room. As he did, he left behind a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. One creepy, remember Tristan and Duke? Serenity was like 13. Well, they were... Oh, you're right. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about the fact that Serenity is Joey's younger sister. Because I thought they were around the same age by the time, like, Battle City kicks in. Because we're never told how much younger she is. So I just assumed. But yeah. And Duke's what? Duke's supposed to be... Is Duke supposed to be the same age as everybody else? LaBelle's Pegasus and will die like Bandicute. He's gonna get possessed by Merrick? With no one left to witness the events that had occurred, Mr. LaBelle had then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the fox chamber. I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense. So Randy is 13, Tristan and Duke are 16. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Man, they knew how to make the show weird. Now, by Japanese standards, it's fine. But, still weird. I see. Well, I already said that. Then, after dragging the mayor back into the fox chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence.
For this absurd theory to work, it requires that the defendant be the amazing Ninetales. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the amazing Ninetales is preposterous.
Objection!
I'll say this, I never read up to that much of the manga, so... Manga... That almost came out as MAGA when I was spelling it. I want to see if I can see some clips. Ah! There's apparent. Oh no, that might just be DeviantArt. But all I saw was a manga clip of Bandit Keith going, America Kick! Oh, there's a video of it. The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. That's why he created a secret identity as the Amazing Ninetales.
This is madness. No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot.
No one except a killer as insane as his plot. And I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies.
Foolish mortal! It is at your own peril that you forget who I am!
Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the Amazing Ninetales, aren't you?
I...
Ah, fuck.
You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales.
Objection!
What do you mean?
Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet?
But that's just...
And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now.
What?
Why, you would dare reveal the secret?
My good friend, the alderman, told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. With the superstitions now, would it?
The truth behind Tenmataro? What's he talking about?
So go ahead, say it. Say, I am the Amazing Ninetales. I dare you.
This is just Monokuma getting really, really angry.
Objection!
Wait! They don't love you like I love you. Apps. Wait. Will somebody please explain what's going on here?
Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenmataro a secret.
Well, okay. That doesn't seem to do too much. I like a 2032 second. Man, that's gonna be a while. 6 years in the future. If we even make it there. Who knows?
A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions.
If the mayor admits to being the Amazing Ninetales, you'll expose the truth?
Right. I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense you made up. So what now, Justice Dono? Without the mayor's admission, your theory is as useless as you are in battle.
I'll show you who's useless. Oh, did some 7th grader know he just got drafted by the Brooklyn Nets? Yep. Feel bad for him. Rams versus Niners in Melbourne. Nice. That's a weird game to put in Australia, but you know. Okay. They get a good game at least. Good for Australia. I do love that the Saints are playing in Paris. I love that. That is the greatest choice of team they could have put there. Because, of course, you put the team that plays in the French Quarter in France. I love that. Make the Saints France's team. You know, they've tried to make Jacksonville London's team. Make the Saints France's team.
Apollo, don't you dare give up now.
I know. Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements warrant a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case. You do have a point there. Please, answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the amazing Ninetales or not? Alright, what you gotta say?
The amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenmataro right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say.
What are they getting in return? Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. Unknown? Okay. I'm assuming it's probably like a second round pick in 2028. But probably a 2038 second, probably. Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here.
And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know Alderman QB was the amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular.
There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somehow. But I don't even know where to start.
Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself.
But if he admits it, LaBelle's going to expose the secret behind Temataro. We're so close. I know it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Alright, let's do it. This whole case only makes sense if the mayor is the amazing Ninetales. I know you used his mask to create this illusion of a locked door murder.
Silence.
Nothing more than idle speculation. You've no evidence now, have you?
Objection.
Mr. LaBelle knows what this statue originally looked like. That means he had to be in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Sorry, but I heard about the statue from Alderman QB. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Oh, but what's that? The Alderman's dead? Looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend.
That is the best line he's had all fucking segment. Like, that is the best line he's had, is, just ask the Alderman. Oh, wait. The Alderman's dead? Oh, well, too bad. Like, that is the best line he's had. I love that. 76ers basically give the Grizzlies Eric Gordon for free, sending them Gordon and a 2032 second rounder for pick swap. Wow. Okay. The Nets are just doing everything. Or, everybody's doing everything with 32 second rounders, apparently. They're really going after those 7th graders right now. They're getting ready for that draft. There's a lot of 7th graders they're impressed by.
Apollo, you mind if I wring his neck?
Wait in line, because I'm going first.
Temper, temper.
Anyway. The only nonsense here in this court is you and your assertions.
Such anger is terrible for the skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart.
Excuse me?
I wouldn't expect a wilted peasant like you to understand. Perhaps this fragrance will help the blossom within you bloom. You liked that, didn't you?
Now I just imagine somebody editing LaBelle's face on Kirk Cousins.
You like that? Enough jabbering about blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of cut flowers.
Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of your wilted attorney here is utter nonsense. You'd be arrested, wouldn't you?
Yes, it's true. I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice, despite my innocence. But what a terrible loss that would be for the future of mankind's cosmetic needs. It is a tragedy that must be averted. Defend me if you understand this.
Silence.
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your careless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you, and that vexing visage of yours, then...
Yes, I know. Get on with my testimony. Anyhow, suffice to say, should the mayor admit to the defense's nonsense, I will make good on my threat and... And just how did you learn of this so-called truth behind Ten Mataro?
Alderman Cubey told me about it. The secret of the Forbidden Chamber, and the truth behind Ten Mataro.
Why would he share secrets like that with you, Mr. LaBelle?
Because of the alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. He appreciated it so much, he shared the secrets with me.
Wait, did he threaten the alderman in addition to the mayor?
Don't tell me that's how he learned how to open the forbidden door.
Needless to say, I'm not above revealing the truth behind Ten Mataro.
Do not gaze upon Ten Mataro. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say?
Exactly. Telling others what Ten Mataro looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place.
And ruin coming to the village if you free him? Is that a warning not to expose the truth?
Bingo! And that truth is, Tinmataro is a great, greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole battle over Ninetales Vale is all about. Tinmataro is a great fortune. Come to think of it. Could Tinmataro actually be Forbidden Chamber treasure? I'm mainly saving this solely because there could be, like, something we have to do at some point for that, but, you know. Telling the villagers that Tinmataro is a terrifying yokai is what has scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure has been kept secret all this time. Well, well, well. It seems our ace attorney, get it, here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do. Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tinmataro exists. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Tinmataro exists, huh? Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony.
Hold it!
So in other words, tragedy wouldn't occur at all if there were no Tinmataro. Yes, I suppose so. But that's wishful. Excuse me. This is LaBelle? Yes. You don't say. As long as Tinmataro exists. How's the mayor supposed to admit to his secret identity now? Well, we have to find a way to make him say it, or our entire case unravels. There must be a hole in LaBelle's testimony somewhere. Alright. Well. If Tinmataro is the treasure and the friends we made along the way, there's only one thing that can answer that then. Let me save real quick just in case I do fuck this up.
Objection!
Mr. LaBelle, what if Tinmataro no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Tinmataro no longer existed? What on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard. Tinmataro no longer exists. But I guess you didn't get to do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure there. Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place. Sorry, but I have proof that Tinmataro no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. What do we have here? Looks like some sort of creature.
We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It's an Azuki Konzo figure. Or Kozo, sorry. The great thief, Azuki Kozo, used to leave them at the scene of the crimes. Are you suggesting that Tenmataro has been stolen? Yep. Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit. And by that hideous, moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less? No! My beautiful, golden Tenmataro was... The greed inspired by Tenmataro can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma?
The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone.
In fact, I now recall the alderman revealing the secret to me on the day of our meeting. We must have been speaking of Tenmataro, for he said to me the gold ingot was gone. The gold ingot? You mean the treasure that is Tenmataro's true form? Oh wow, Zubac to the Pacers. I saw they already traded Kawhi to Golden State, but really, Zubac to the Pacers? Um, oh shit. Apparently NC State might win over a 4-star quarterback in recruiting. I'm surprised I'm not seeing like anything. They don't want to give me any trade information. Best place to go? Fucking Aspen. There it is. Yep, to the Pacers. Wow, man. Just Clippers are trading everybody. They have traded their entire team away, which, you know, not a bad idea on their part for the most part. They don't have much to start with anyways. So I saw a report that they traded him. Maybe I got bamboozled, but apparently they're keeping Giannis or the Bucks. Huh. It must have been something else I saw. Yeah, it must have been something else that I saw. Ooh. Valdez signed a 3-year deal with the Tigers yesterday? I didn't see that. Huh. I'm seeing all the trade news.
Alright, I think that's all I really need to see now. Because now they're just showing. I'm to the point where it's just all Pro Bowl highlights, so. Yeah. Oh yeah, did you guys see the thing where Mr. Beast said he's like he asked if he should just give like a shit ton of money to ECU? Did you guys see that? If that happens, like just blow up college football at that point. It's just pointless then.
Recall, if you will, the scroll in the Forbidden Chamber. Tim Mataro is the yellowish object shown there. A giant gold ingot that my Nordic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetails Vale. Oh. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Ninetails Vale land that would become Tenma Town. But drive the villagers mad with greed did the great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became as a curse upon their village, a curse of ruin. Thus it was that the yokai Tenmataro came to be.
So Tenmataro and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away. Fairy tale or not, Tenmataro made quite the mess of things.
Yes, indeed, for there is no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold.
True, true.
Well, you know what they say. The love of money is the root of all evil.
You can cue it up yourself because I'm not gonna play it, but somebody hit Aleister Black's theme music. Truly a call. Never God. We will never be equal. In the original, the CFO's version, not the Def Rebel remix.
My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetails Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenmataro, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet, we have not but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Tenma Town would never seek to take over Ninetails Vale in a merger.
Oh my! That was quite a shocking lesson in history. Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenmataro no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetails, aren't you? No! Don't do it! Please, no!
Begone, you demented demon!
Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetails, is indeed me. And that means Jinxie.
Yes.
The man wearing the mayor's clothes, who you saw collapse in the fox chamber, was he wearing the amazing Ninetales mask?
Uh-huh. That's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal his secret identity to Alderman QB that day. So,
Yep. Yep. Man was possessed by Timataro and then called someone else a demon.
so it really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it?
It was Florent's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the alderman. Yeesh. Rube Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups than LaBelle's scheme.
You may rest easy now, little Jinxie.
I love that he keeps switching in and out. I love that.
That monster's deception is through. Caw-caw-caw-caw.
The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. Mayor Timma did not kill Alderman QB, but Florent LaBelle did. How dare you, peasant! Ah, no!
Silence.
Justice Dono. You should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross swords with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground? What's this guy want now? Evidence is like a razor-sharp blade that cuts through bone as though it were butter. But you have only blind guesses. A dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake. He has you there, Mr. Justice, and I was I like what he's saying. This is real fancy shit. I'm putting all of this in my fanfic. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law. But, they're right. Let's see some evidence. Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind. This is the final battle in ROH pay-per-view. Just as a samurai must live and die by the sword, you will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of justice, my swift blade of judgment awaits. What happened between Apollo Justice and Dual Destiny? I don't know. Now, present your conclusive evidence. Or don't you have any? Oh, crud. Do I have anything conclusive? I also should do this. I mean, I like, I don't know if I really have anything conclusive. I'm gonna say nope, just because I want to see what happens.
This is less me actually thinking this, because I think the answers, of course, I do. But I want to know what nope is. I can't think of anything. There has to be some kind of evidence I can present. Don't give up now, Apollo. Let's try reviewing the case again. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Ooh. Theron, Isaiah Jackson, 2 firsts to the Clippers for Zubac and Kobe Brown. Kobe Brown and Zubac for... You know what? That's a decent trade. It's a decent trade. Yeah, I would not be mad if I was the Clippers there. They're getting a lot younger. They're getting a lot younger. She's right. I can't give up now. This whole trial would have been for nothing. I know there has to be some conclusive evidence somewhere. Oh, this is cool. Let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only 2 people found in the room. Also, we all thought the alderman was killed because he was the Amazing Ninetales. But, as we know now, of course, we were way off. The Amazing Ninetales is really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why when his daughter Jinxie saw the Amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene, she mistook him for her father. Those are the facts that we have revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence at the scene of the crime. Okay, yeah, so I know exactly what this shit is. Okay, I know. But he didn't say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Does any of the evidence found outside the crime scene provide any clues? Oh, that's interesting. So they have you can do 2. Well, actually, we know the hand cream only had Filch's fingerprints on it. Because I remember that. I now remember that. So I think the Amazing Ninetales mask would be the one, because you could check it for DNA. And fingerprints, for that matter. A clue inside the mask. Oh, I know. The Amazing Ninetales mask. It was found washed up along the river. What sort of clues does this mask hold? Because it says what was seen. White hair inside. White hair in the mask. And what about the hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? Because we thought it was Alderman QB, but he's not, you know. This is cool. I love this. This is cool as shit. This is a cool little thing here. The white hair is LaBelle's. Alright. The hair is Florent LaBelle's. Yes. Now that's what I call conclusive evidence. That's cool. I really like that. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court? Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will. That mask? How is that conclusive evidence? It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex Cuby. Yes, but the Amazing Ninetales, as we now know, is Mayor Tenma, so... That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that is the last person to have worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle. What are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that.
It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type. Because he's busy being one ludicrously garish color or another.
Objection!
I think it's garish, but... No, Prosecutor Blackwell. It's you who has made a fatal error.
What?
Remember where this mask was found. It washed up by the side of the river. With that in mind, the last piece of evidence will solve all of the remaining riddles.
Take that!
That's... What is this? That is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. The court will also recall that the Amazing Ninetales mask washed up along the side of the village river with white hair inside it.
What's this? Are you saying that Preening Peacock's hair color is...
That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, we now have a real-life expose. The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer. A DNA test is all we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Admit it. Florent LaBelle, you were the one who killed Alderman Rex Cuby. You peasant. How dare you? Profane my... I'm going to exterminate you like the fuck you are. No, my makeup! How old are you, dude? I want to know, how old is he actually at this point? Because, like, 33, dude, you are real white for 33. Real white. This comes from a man losing his hair. Ain't gonna be, it's already close to gone. Like, I got some grays, but they just right here. Hello, this is LaBelle. What? The project is off. This is LaBelle. The sponsors have pulled out. Not like Philip Rivers, eh? LaBelle speaking. I'm fired. You mean I'm no longer may attend Miss Aid? Hello, this is LaBelle. What? There's a damages claim against me? Stratospheric damage? $100 million. I'm finished. Washed up. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. Whew. See, this is what you get for not putting your brand in stores. Come on, you gotta sell it well. Should have bought a Super Bowl commercial. This is LaBelle's one bad day. He's now the Joker. Yeah. Yeah.
This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackwell, defeated.
I will say, talk about, you know, the good things. We gained a couple of new subs the past couple days, so, you know, main channel doing quite well. Just thought I'd point that out. The main channel is doing quite well. Order! Order!
Order in the court! There's probably one guy in the back going like, hey, man, what the fuck? I liked his stuff. I wish they sold it. Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. I must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head, just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright. That dude's batshit insane sometimes with the shit he was coming up with. I mean, I couldn't believe... We had a possessed woman in here one time. It was crazy. And I think there was a thing going on between... He kept calling her the wrong name. It was really weird. Wait, that was a compliment, right? Prosecutor Blackquill, what have you done with Florent LaBelle?
The defaced man has withered like a flower. Yeah, the defaced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler.
Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off?
Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tinmataro. However, few are allowed into the manor due to its crucial ties, its cultural ties, to Ninetails Vale. LaBelle set in motion plans to gain access to the mayor and the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Ninetails saw those plans come to a halt. And thus, LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma.
I see. But what I still can't comprehend is why would he go after the gold in the first place? Mr. LaBelle doesn't look like someone who is in need of financial aid, not like most American college students.
LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's mired in debt. He's buried in debt, let's say that much. I can't say words today. Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love.
No, you do pay him eventually. You may be dead, but you do pay him.
Which is why he sought the gold with such ferocity.
Too bad for him, someone else had gotten to it first anyway. I mean, some people get their debts, eviscerated because their college lied to them. Not saying I would know anything about that. Speaking of, I haven't checked it in a while, and this month they are supposed to get back to paying off shit, according to what I know. Hornets sent Tyus Jones to the Mavs? Okay. Yeah, they still haven't gotten rid of any of the other ones. Come on. Linda McMahon, get to fucking work. Yes, my debt was technically destroyed by lies. Well, some of it, not all of it. All the federal debt. All the federal debt. Tariq Skubal wins his $32 million arbitration case. Yeah. Yeah, the Tigers weren't winning that. Tigers weren't winning that one. Not at all. Tigers were not going to win that one at all. Yeah, you would needed a miracle to have won that if you were the Tigers.
I see. Very well then. I believe it's time I declared a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma,
Not guilty. Oh no, he ain't gonna. Like, they wanted to trade him already, but they didn't get a trade partner yet. Which, let's be real, we know where he's gonna go. There's only one place. Just like every player, they will go one place. Yep. Yep. Like, let's be real. It's not even the Major League Baseball anymore. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's all it is. No other team exists. Hell, at this point, and this is legitimate, if the Dodgers lose a game, they should have to forfeit the entire season. Like, you should not lose with your roster. You should go 162-0. You should. Just hands down, you should. Your worst pitcher is better than most aces. Like, even with it, their backups would start for most teams. Like, they're gonna have Pages on the bench with the Kyle Tucker signing. I mean, they might start him at one of the other corner infields. Actually, so yeah, Pages probably plays, but like, their roster is so stacked. They should not have to worry about anything. Although, I want to just say that they did get swept by the Angels last year, and the Angels are bad. Like, the Angels are real bad. I'll say this much. Shohei ain't even the best player on that team. Shohei ain't even the best player on that team. That's how good they are. I don't think Shohei's their best player. I'd argue it's Freddie Freeman. Because that dude's been more clutch. Like, if they lose Shohei, oh no, they've got like 4 other pitchers. If most teams lose one pitcher, they're fucked for the season. Oh, the lockout's coming. The lockout's coming. Well, that's why they shouldn't lose a game. They get bailed out every time. Like, let's be real. Toronto probably should have won the World Series. But the Dodgers are the Dodgers. Boop doop doo boo boo. Boop doop doo. Damn. Did you guys know USF added 22 transfers? That's crazy. That might be us in college football. Apparently, the Heat are finalizing a deal to send Jimmy Butler. Oh, never mind. That's last year. I read February 5th and didn't see 2025. So I was very confused for a second. So I'm like, what? Butler's getting traded back to the Heat. That would be crazy.
Oh yeah, that lockout is 100% happening. There's no way it's not. That was some seriously good lawyering, Apollo. Even I didn't see that coming. Just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tim Mataro from Nine Tails Vale like you were some kind of exorcist. Pea soup. There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Tenma too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman, then died from a counterattack. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment. What? I was wondering about that too. But I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the amazing Ninetales' true identity himself. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the amazing Ninetales. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, I get it. The amazing Ninetales was just killed, he'd die a hero. But if he was proved to be a villain, oh my god, it's the Dark Knight. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. It's literally just the Dark Knight. This whole thing has just been the Dark Knight. Oh my god, how did I not get that immediately? That's why he looks like the Joker. I can't believe I didn't catch that quicker. That's why, because I was wondering, I'm like, why did they make him look like the Joker? It makes no sense why they made him look like the Joker in general. Because, like, I get flamboyant character, but it was weird that they made him so much look like the Joker at points. That's why the whole thing, it's just the Dark Knight, just with wrestlers, essentially, as the heroes in this case. Clever usage of that, though. His fans would abandon him, making the merger that much easier. Right. Then when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure. What an insanely intricate plot. Caw, 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 caw. A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval. Why are you acting like Tim Mataro again? Air killed me. Let this be of no concern to you. How could it not concern me? Jinxie, seems like ages since I've laid eyes on you. Papa, you're finally back. Yes, it would seem Temmataro is no match for you. I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore. Your father's a free man now, Jinxie. Isn't that great? Thank you for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore. Wait,
Is Jinxie actually smiling? This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the amazing Ninetales will have to retire, though. No! No! Go, Ace!
Aw, how come?
Once everyone hears I'm the amazing Ninetales, my fan base will nosedive.
Fuck was Trucy the entire fucking case? She had appointments, man. She had bookings. What'd you want her to do? Not go make money? You know how popular she is on the magic scene now? The magician scene loves her. She was booked up. She's like booked up till October.
After all, I'm not the most popular of people. Another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how I could possibly continue.
She's 16 now. She has her own job. She doesn't have to be around Apollo as much. It's just how it works. Let her live her life. She's an independent woman. She's a child. She's 16, right? Yep. She can go to Duelist Kingdom on her own. Which would be a terrible idea. I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside.
Say, now that you mention it, what's all that noise out there?
A big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask. And to root for your return to the wrestling ring.
Go, Ace!
No! They're all 16. Oh, they're all 16. Yugi's just 5 foot. He's just short. Why you gotta shit on the short king like that? Come on. Don't insult our short king like that. Crazy. How dare you? Have you seen his grandpa? It runs in the family. They're not tall people. He was never gonna be overly tall. He's 5 foot whole of goated. He's 5 feet. He's 5 feet of king of games. Instead of 5 feet of fury.
Rooting for me? But I thought I was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes.
The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are. Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the ring, Papa. I want to know. What's his finish? What's the finish? I need to know.
Jinxie.
Here, I think you'll be needing this. Jinxie's the manager. Calling it now. I mean, Yugi could have done that too. Yugi definitely could have done that. Hell, he went to Duelist Kingdom with literally 5 cards less in his deck. Because remember, Exodia was part of his deck, and then all 5 cards got thrown into the water. So he played technically with 35 cards in his deck. Unless he found 5 cards to add, he played with a 35 card deck in Duelist Kingdom. Think about it. And you say is the GOAT. He might be the coolest of the pro tags.
He might be the coolest of the pro tags. Although, if we're talking like who becomes the coolest, 100% it's Jaden when he's evil. Evil Jaden Yuki is top tier. Top tier. Same as 60 card deck of completely random cards in one. But that's 60 cards. That's a lot of cards to utilize. There's a lot of things you can do there. Even if they're random. 60 cards, you can make that work in some degree. 35? That's 5 cards less than a normal deck. You have to have 40 to play. They let him play with 35. He was playing handicapped. Thank you. Now if you would excuse me. I don't want to keep my fans waiting. They're throwing up 2 sweets! Throw up the 2 sweet. Dude, he switched to that real quick.
Ninetales Vale forever!
Hell yeah. Bullet Club! Little did we know, the Amazing Ninetales is the OG leader of Bullet Club. It wasn't even Prince Devitt. I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tematown and Ninetales Vale. Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine. After all, the blackmailer slash killer is behind bars, and the merger's no longer an issue. Plus, the Amazing Ninetales is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetales Vale will be too. Would he be the only babyface in Bullet Club? How do you know he's a face? We were never told if he was a face or a heel. People just like him. People love the Bullet Club, and they were full on heel. Like, let's be real. He might be heel. We don't know. We don't know. We haven't seen him in the ring. We do know that he pulls out a Poison Rana. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said. Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving. He probably would be a face, but we don't know. Sounds good. I've been so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday. Better keep eating, Apollo, or you might have to start looking up at me. Huh? I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. I might be like 6'10" and playing in the WNBA. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time. That's... It's been a while. Somebody press the damn button. It's been a while since we could press the damn button. Should make sure the button can be pressed. Although I feel like sound alerts have worked pretty well lately. What are we doing? Here, I'm gonna hit it. Where is it? Man. Well, I'll hit it myself then. If I can. I don't know if I can. I can't do it on this screen. I'm not gonna take the time to go to another, so never mind. We won't hit the button. Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll grow is sideways. Apollo, there was no need for that.
Very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce.
Really? Wow, I can't wait to see this.
Calories? Ha! Just let him try to stick to me.
Alright, already, you two. Let's get going before the old man closes shop. Eldon's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know. Fuck yeah. Eldon's Noodles. I'm with Mr. Wright. Let's go.
I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about them.
She have multiple stomachs like Maya? Maybe. You're gonna anger a lot of women with that statement? Oh.
Well, what are we waiting for?
The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two.
Yay! Thanks, boss. I won't let you down.
Athena has no idea what she's getting into. Mr. Eldon's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man. That was our first case together, and it felt like nothing could bring us down after that. Or,
that was our first case together, and it felt like nothing could bring us down after that. The dark age of the law seems so distant, so irrelevant.
I didn't even read the end of that.
But little did I know that it had been lurking all along, right there behind us. The first time it made itself known was during the murder at the Themis Legal Academy. That case would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come.
But is she a man or a machine? Hi. That also explains why there's a lot of purple in that image. The fact that they went Dark Knight themed, that explains why there's a lot of purple in that image. Alright, let's get to it. We still got an hour, so. Episode 3, Turnabout Academy.
Themis Legal Academy, a prestigious high school with alumni in the highest echelons of the legal world.
The fuck? I'm not gonna lie, that's the most terrifying opening. We somehow hit like a meeting ground of Thanos snapping, Danganronpa-esque, and I'd even go like some of that. I hate that I'm gonna bring this into it, but just a lot of that from the clips I've seen. I've never watched the show fully, but from the clips I've seen of the editing style, looked a lot like High School with the Dead. Like, that is the weirdest trio to put together. But what the hell did we just see? What did we just see?
Oh no, I'm gonna be late.
And now it's all happy.
Whew. Finally. So this is it. The illustrious Themis Legal Academy. This is the place where many distinguished lawyers and prosecutors got their start. When news spread that Mr. Wright had gotten his attorney's badge back, he received a call from the school asking him to pay a visit. Mr. Wright brought us along, hoping we'd learn something from the experience. But no, I had to go and blow it by getting here 30 minutes late. At least it's not all business today. After all, today's their school festival.
Ooh, we got Justilla's Diner. Culpable Curry. Nice. Oh, there's apparently a mock trial going on. And they got live music. Prosecute and Glass Cake. Or Prosecute and Glass Cafe. There we go. That's clever. Prosecute and Glass Cafe. And Glassy Cafe. There we go. I missed the Y in there. Okidoku was easy today. Nets are waving Cam Thomas? Wow. That's a bit of a shock. But they haven't played him a lot, have they? Because I haven't heard his name a ton this year.
Wow, this place has school festival written all over it.
Literally. I mean, it does.
But why all the cold stares? Is it because everyone's in a school uniform except me? I like the way I dress.
Oh, they've got guilty dogs.
Wonder where Mr. Wright and Apollo are.
Your attention, please. This is an announcement from the mock trial committee. The mock trial will begin shortly. All students and faculty, please proceed at once to the lecture hall. Thank you.
Sounds like a mock trial is about to start. But where's this lecture hall? Looks like all the students and faculty are heading that way. Might as well join them.
We have fully entered visual novel territory when we get this type of shit. Like, this is why anyone that would ever argue against games like Ace Attorney that have a lot of point and click to them aren't visual novels. It's this right here. This right here is like so visual novel, and I love it. This is the shit. This is also just making me think of Doki Doki for some reason. I think it's just because we're in a school setting. And murder.
Maybe I'll find Mr. Wright and Apollo there.
Yeah, they're probably the defense team. October 24th, 1:33 p.m. Themis Legal Academy. 3rd floor lecture hall.
This must be the lecture hall. Wow, they spent some serious money on this place.
Well, you didn't have to go there, Dash. You didn't. Didn't have to go there.
The district court can't even compete.
Hey, Athena! Over here!
Mr. Wright, Apollo! I've been looking for you two.
What? I thought she was gonna say everywhere.
I've been looking for you two. So sorry I'm late.
It's okay. Sorry we couldn't wait for you. But we didn't want to be late for our meeting. Lucky for you, the person we're supposed to meet also seems to be running late. I'm trying to think what I want to do for the voice here. I'm gonna assume it's a dude that sang this. So, Mr. Wright, Mr. Justice, it seems Professor Court has yet to arrive. That's not who I expected to be talking to them. How unprofessional of her to keep visitors to our esteemed institution waiting like this.
He's got the tiniest fucking glasses. Those do nothing, sir. That's essentially like nose piercings. Like that does nothing. You can't tell me those aren't you can't tell me those aren't just like the bridge piercings that people get. What the hell, man?
I shall make her right. I will not. Who do we have here? He stopped real quick. Oh, right. You haven't been introduced yet. Ah, yes, you must be the young lady Mr. Wright was telling me about.
He's wearing the Teddy Roosevelt glasses. I don't think Roosevelt's glasses were that tiny.
I am Aristotle Means.
Of course your name's fucking Aristotle. Looks like you walked out of fucking, like, the fucking Colosseum just yesterday. I will say I do like how the scale on his, like, brooch there, or badge, or whatever you want to call it, it very much looks like a face. It is a face. With the scales as eyes. That's weird. I don't like that now that I've noticed that. I don't like it. I hate it. Those aren't glasses, those are cosmetic only. Yeah, I figured as much. You don't name anybody Aristotle if you're not trying to name them after the Aristotle.
I oversee the lawyer course here. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Athena Sykes. I just recently got my attorney's badge myself. It's nice to meet you too.
How wonderful. You're so vigorous and vivacious. You just earned yourself a gold star.
Calm down. You're at 11. You need to take it to a 5, sir. Oh, God. Oh, he hit the solo leveling statue smile. No. Nope. Nope. That'll be a no from me. Screen might go black for a second, but I have to get an image of this to send to somebody later. There we go. Had to get a screenshot of that. The fact that this man decided to go and do that, no. Wow, thanks. That big smile of his is kinda scary, though. Yeah, imagine you're about to die and you see that. And then you come back and you're not a rank E anymore. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, he's not a lawyer. Like, he had nothing to do with law. But if you're going to make a professor, Aristotle's a good one to go with.
I mean, you can make an argument politics has some leniency towards law, so. Same thing with philosophy. And economics. Psychology, not so much, but. Looks like the mock trial is about to begin. What are we going to do about our meeting? Speaking of the mock trial, do either of you know what it's about?
Oh, but I thought we had sent a pamphlet to your office.
A pamphlet? Right, the pamphlet. Whatever happened to that? You won't be seeing it again. Trizzy used it for the old rip it up and restore it trick. Unfortunately, it didn't work as advertised.
Well, it seems I better explain the situation then.
Thank you, Professor.
Now, does anyone have any questions?
I do, Professor. Could you tell me all about your school?
What an excellent question. I'd love to answer your question. Here's a gold star for asking.
Yeah, he's scaring me.
Our academy has 3 courses to choose from. Students seeking to be lawyers take the lawyer course. Likewise, budding prosecutors take the prosecutor course, and future judges the judge course.
Man, they make it real easy to go here. It's like, hey, what you want to be? Prosecutor? Oh, there you go. You go into that one. Judge? You go into that one. Defense attorney? You go into that one. They make it real easy when you go here. Wow, you have everything here for someone who wants to seriously pursue a career in law.
Yes, well, that's what makes our school special, and today even more so. After all, we ought to be treated to a lecture by the legendary attorney, Phoenix Wright. We can't wait to hear all about his return to the legal profession.
You're giving a lecture, Mr. Wright? But you're not even a professor. You're not even that fucking intelligent. You kind of get lucky sometimes.
She's right.
Yeah, well, I'm just giving them what they want. He's just giving the people what they want. Did you even know you were meant to be giving a lecture here today?
Yeah, sort of. But I came early because I was supposed to have a meeting with the head of the judge course. Constance Court. That's a name. It's been a whirlwind of a morning. Let's leave it at that. Professor Court, she's a wonderful instructor, but quite unpunctual.
Oh, so that's who's late.
From what I've heard, our esteemed Mr. Wright here is scheduled to hold a training seminar tomorrow in addition to today's lecture.
A training seminar? For lawyers? What exactly does that involve?
Why, it involves the very skills that make a lawyer a lawyer. The arm angle when shouting, "Objection!" The proper way to strike the podium.
I don't like that he's talking with that smile.
How to project on advice, and most importantly, how to bluff your way to victory.
Like, that's what I imagine it's coming out as. Huh? Who exactly do you want me to teach stuff like that to again?
What a wonderful question. You just earned yourself a gold star. The great honor of taking a seminar by a famous lawyer and a famous prosecutor.
This is what is at stake in this mock trial, the crown jewel of the school festival.
So what you're telling me is they're having a battle in a mock trial. Winner gets a seminar. Either with Phoenix Wright, or I can only assume, Miles Edgeworth. Even though it's not Miles Edgeworth, I know, but probably not.
The mock trial in question is a prestigious event that every student aspires to win. The top student in the lawyer course and top student in the prosecutor course face off in a simulated court case in this very school. As for the case itself,
Someone from last game? I'm not gonna lie, none of the names are coming back to me very quickly. I'll remember them when I see them, that's a guarantee, but none of them popping up at any point. I missed that first part. What'd he say?
we select the best script written by Judge Course.
Fuck, he has a band. I know who it is now. As I stated, when I see him. Yeah, just bring back Gumshoe. We want our boy. Bring back Gumshoe. Bring back Gumshoe. Oh, a one-on-one battle. How thrilling. So if the student studying to be a lawyer wins, they get to take my training seminar? But if the other student wins, I'm not a prosecutor. So,
There's no cause for alarm. We have a famous prosecutor ready for such a case. But exactly who it is, well, that is a special surprise.
a famous prosecutor? No. A famous prosecutor? No. It can't be. Okay. I do not prefer rotation battles. We're not making this court case a rotation battle. Fuck no. I'm gonna assume this is a lead vocalist and guitar player for a band that somehow magically got a vampiric accent. No, we are not making this a rotation battle. Professor Means, forgive me for interrupting you and your guests. Oh no, it's just a student. Okay, never mind. It's Juniper Woods! Wow, she looks a lot different. You can have Phoenix, Athena, and Apollo versus Edgeworth, Francisca, and Godot. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm on team prosecutor. That team is too good. That is a GOAT team right there. That is a GOAT team. I want the good guy prosecutor, the whip machine, and the coffee addict to win that 100%. I'm Juniper Woods, a senior in the judge course. Professor, the trial will begin shortly since you'll be delivering the pre-trial speech. Would you mind waiting up in the balcony until we're ready for you?
My, how very organized you are, Juniper. You just earned yourself a gold star, too. But what about Professor Court? Well, I suppose she'll eventually arrive. Now then, I trust you will look after our visitors, Juniper.
I don't like him at all. Aristotle Means might be like my least favorite character so far. He creeps me the fuck out with that smile.
Yes, of course, Professor Means.
Juniper? Juniper Woods? Is that you? I like Athena being like, Juniper? Juniper Woods? Is that you? Oh my god.
Hmm? Then, Athena? I almost didn't recognize you. I didn't know you were back from Europe.
Wait, you two know each other? Now that's a coincidence.
We've known each other since we were kids. We're like best friends. Right, Junie? Yes. Well, we lived close to each other, so we used to play in the forest together.
Yeah, like a lot. Oh, no, never mind. I gave Athena the right voice. Yeah, like a lot, a lot.
Why won't she look at me? That bitch. I guess I shouldn't be surprised since we haven't seen each other in a long time.
Anyway, we're supposed to go wait in the waiting room, right? Not that I wouldn't mind taking in the mock trial you're putting on today.
Unfortunately, the mock trial is only for students and faculty. There is one seat reserved for Mr. Wright, but no other exceptions are allowed.
Yes, I'm very sorry, but it is part of the student curriculum, after all. You gotta order more gamer subs soon? What gamer subs you ordering, Jan? I have never tried it, so I can't speak on it. I just want to know what flavors you're getting. I hope you won't mind remaining in the waiting room until the trial concludes. That was some spit. That's too bad. I was hoping to learn something new today. I'll tell you what, Apollo. Why don't you take my place?
What? Really?
Sure. Besides, I'd like to meet with Professor Court as soon as she gets here. Screen bait, Emily's flavor. Try cinders or silver veils. I don't know them, so those are ones I don't know. Let me go to. I like how if you type in gamer subs, the gamer subs owners like the third option, because then they have a whole thing at one point. What the fuck? Why is that the first thing that pops up? Well, you know. Sex sells, right, boys? Oh, I see why you get it, Jaren. I see. I see why you're buying that. I see. I get it. I understand. I understand now. Mm-hmm. You can plead the fifth all you want. I get it. I get it. I understand. No hate. No hate. Respect. Respect. I legitimately just want to see what the flavors are. Oh, they have a basic lemonade. Incel tears? That's a flavor. Ooh, dragon fruit punch. Ah, that, yep, yep. Okay, that's why you're gonna try that one, I see, Jaren. Okay. Cool. Cool. Good on you. Good on you. Uh-huh. Fully understand why you would want to try these, man. Yeah, fine. I get it. I get it. Now, joking aside, what's the flavor? I saw, the only ones I saw while I was quickly scrolling through, I saw the Blue Screen Babe, and I saw the Silver Veils one. I saw those canisters. I didn't see the flavors because I was just scrolling through to see. I just saw basic flavors. So I didn't see the flavor of any of the, like, branded ones. The best way I could describe it.
Oh, no fair. I want the mock trial too.
Sorry, I'm going to let Apollo pull what little rank he has. If it's okay with Professor Means.
But of course, Mr. Wright, if that is what you wish.
It's settled then. We'll expect a full and detailed report, Apollo, so pay attention.
Being the new kid sure stinks.
Maybe black cherry and lemon tea. That's quite a tandem. So there's sour cherry. Now that sounds good. Cinders is pomegranate tea. That's probably pretty good too. I love pomegranate, man. The flavor of pomegranate. Oh, it's so good. So good. So overall, that sounds like you know, good choices. Sounds like you made some good choices there. But I know why you really got them, so you know, no hate. Understandable. I respect it. You 100% watch their content too? For reasons? For reasons?
If you'd please follow me, I'll escort you down to the waiting room on the first floor.
I will say I've recently watched, you know, a couple of VTubers. Given, you know, I don't really care how you make your content and all that. It's mainly got to be, you know, good content. I got to enjoy the person behind it. Oh, wow. Huh, I did not know that. Yep, I gotta get rid of that video. Gotta take that off there. Yep, reasons. There's some good VTuber content, though. A lot more than I knew about. I thought most VTuber content was reasons. You know. Turns out, a lot of good content. A lot of good content and good people from the looks of things. But who knows? Everybody seems to be bad nowadays. Still no Professor Court. It's been over 30 minutes. Mr. Wright's snoozing away on the sofa. I imagine this has got to be... This is just... Objection! I imagine that's got to be how it's going.
This is so boring. I should have hidden the lecture hall and spied on the mock trial.
Step up! It's Stone Cold! It's Stone Cold! Oh God, Stone Cold's here at Themis Legal Academy. What was that? By God, Stone Cold is here.
He's taken out all of the promising lawyers and prosecutors. He doesn't give a damn about this lawyering system.
Alina? I could have sworn I just heard something fall down and break. Either that or Stone Cold showed up in my dream. I don't know. Could have been that. He was facing off against Tanahashi. It was awesome. If you go running now, they'll think it was you.
Well, it wasn't me. I think it came from somewhere outside.
Oh. Well, we better go have a look, seeing as everyone else is in the lecture hall.
Okay. Step up and step up.
Underrated theme is Stone Cold's Disturbed theme. It's underrated. It's a good fucking theme, man.
Is this stage for some sort of concert? Kind of reminds me of a courtroom.
Wait, Athena.
Behind the witness stand. What?
It's worth the price. It's $40 for like container. They last forever. Owen on December 29th. Drank at least 1 cup per day. It's just now getting a little low. Yeah, I have a and I've had this for a while. I had a tub of Zoa, like powder, and I hadn't used it enough. But yeah, that thing takes forever. I will say though, I'm not big on the powders as much, just because I feel like you need more than they ask you to use to actually get a lot of flavor out of it. At least that's what it was with the Zoa. It was like 1 scoop or like 1.5 scoops in 16 ounces of water, and it was just not enough. It's just not enough for the flavor. Alright, so I'm happy we at least get to do this today.
A body has been discovered.
There we go. Oh shit, it's the professor. Okay. I know what happened. This isn't a crime. This is not a crime. This is an act of heroism. Because, look, now you're probably going, what are you talking about? This is a murder. No, it's not. She obviously failed this city. Do you not see the arrow sticking out of her left side? Like, she obviously failed this city. I think this is an act of heroism. This is just Oliver Queen doing exactly what he should be doing. I think we're good. I don't think we need to do anything here. This is fine and dandy. She was a villain. I don't know what she did, but she had to be evil. Who else? Who else? You failed this city. It's another name checked off the list. Exactly. Like, who else is gonna shoot an arrow into someone? Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow. That's it. Maybe Speedy, but he's working with him, so it's all good. Professor Court, can you hear me? Professor!
Wait, that's who we were supposed to be meeting with? She's dead. We can't meet with a corpse.
Looks like our meeting's been canceled for us.
No way. This can't be real.
I'm curious of the book beside her.
I called the police. They should be here soon. I gotta tell everyone in the lecture hall too.
No, wait. You'll find out soon enough once the police get here. Let's do our own crime scene investigation before it gets too crowded around here.
Huh? Are we even allowed to do that? It's no big deal as long as we leave it exactly like we found it. Plus... No. Never mind. Anyway, we should look around while the scene's still fresh. But... Okay, you're the boss. In addition to checking the body, we should also check the area around it. But we don't have much time. Check only what you can. Nervous, Athena? Yes! I mean, no. Apollo didn't bat an eye at the Alderman's body during the case at Ninetails Vale. I can't let him show me up. I can do this. Just take a deep breath and focus. So Professor Court was... Yep, the professor I was here to meet with. Turns out, she wasn't running late after all. How awful. Here she was, laying dead, and we thought she was late. What was that you were saying before, boss? Never finished. Oh, that? Don't worry. I'll fill you in later. But right now, let's focus on the investigation, okay? Okay, sure. The suspense is killing me. Alright, let's examine this shit. The fuck broke over here? Oh, whatever that was. Alright, first things first. Gotta look at the body. I guess I really do have to examine the body. Well, I guess I better get used to stuff like this if I want to be a full-fledged lawyer. There's an arrow stuck in her side. Gunshot wounds and stab wounds are pretty common, but arrow wounds? There's a homicide any way you slice it. In other words, we have a murder on our hands, and I've got a bad feeling we're gonna have to deal with DC Comics. A murder? Here? So that makes this arrow the murder weapon? Well, that and the bow that shot it. Right. But where could the killer have shot her from? The stage is a sea of obstructions. I'm no expert on archery, but it can't be easy to hit a target with this much stuff around, unless your name is Oliver Queen. Or maybe it was a Pro Bowl style quarterback, like Shedeur Sanders. I couldn't even sit there and do it with a straight face. Would it be possible to kill someone by stabbing them with an arrow? I'm not sure. Guess we better do some more investigating before jumping to conclusions. This is what I really wanted to see. What do we have here? A book? Guessing it fell out of her chest pocket. Wait, what if it's her diary? That's the most private thing a girl has. True, but considering the situation at hand, my apologies to the late Professor Court. No, don't! Looks like a plant. Looks more like a planner than a diary. 22nd, routine report. Need to speak with Hugh O'Connor. Okay, 23rd. Meet with Hugh about that report yesterday. Important. 24th, 9 a.m. Prep for mock trial. Final confirmation. 1 p.m. Meet with Mr. Wright about training seminar. 2 p.m. Mock trial begins. Okay. Every page seems to have the same sword mark printed on it. That. I still think a girl deserves her privacy, but this may help us solve the case. Alright. Here's my question. Can I look at these? Nope. Okay. Notice anything strange about the body? Take a deep breath and take a good look. Well, now that you mention it, there's no blood around it. Yet the victim's body is cold and rigor mortis has already started to dissipate. Okay, that's interesting then. Her body's cold and rigor mortis is already setting in. So she's been dead for a while. Now, given the mock trial has already begun, so that means it's at least 2 o'clock, if not well past. So she's been dead. She missed the meeting, so she's been dead for at least probably 2 hours. Probably more than that, because I think rigor mortis takes, I want to say 3, depending on the setting. Yeah, it depends on how hot it is out there. That could speed up rigor mortis. It would appear that quite some time has passed since Professor Court was murdered. Thing is, the quad was packed with students up until the start of the mock trial. Oh, yeah, so she was put here. Yep. This arrow is a red herring. Look at me being big brain. Wait, then doesn't that mean she was killed at a different location? Oh, I know. The killer moved the body here while everyone was in the lecture hall. That's a definite possibility. Notice anything else? Her arms are raised over her head, and there are dark bruises around her wrist. Oh, I didn't even notice that. So she was tied up. Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something. Eventually, her wrists were unbound, and as she reached up to stretch, she was killed? Actually, I'm not so sure about this theory. Well, that's not exactly a lot to go on. I think that's about all we're gonna find out from the body for now. Nice work, Athena. Your face only turned 5 shades of pale. I was expecting 50. We should probably take a picture of the crime scene just in case. Okay, I'm on it. Say cheese. That. I hate that. Cheese? I thought that was the one with the twisted sense of humor. I think that should do it. Alright, let's take a better look around the area while we wait for the police to arrive. This pile of rubble sticks out like a sore thumb. Looks like broken property or plaster. Maybe this is the source of that noise we heard. There were supposedly 2 statues on this stage. Seemed to recall hearing that a co-ed from the Fine Art Club had made them. There are 2? Then that thing over there is the remains of another statue? This could be related to the case. Let's take a closer look. There's something buried in the rubble. The Themis Herald. Wait, we shouldn't disturb it. Let's just read what we can. No! No! This is not what we're doing. We are not doing this as a murder. Really? Okay. Pending declaration of love rocks campus. Fine art in torrid love triangle centered on campus she-devil Juniper Woods tonight at 5.
level-headed lawyer course genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the She-Devil's Black Heart. Okay, so we have a love triangle going on. The mock trial apparently is going to decide who gets Juniper, and apparently she's a she-devil with a black heart. I mean, I guess her shadow knows her story. Hugh O'Connor has declared that he will confess to her if he wins. More on this act at 9. Wait, what? I seriously wish I hadn't read that. You find that more shocking than discovering a murder victim's body? But we're talking about my friend Junie here. She'd never lead guys on like that. Athena, you don't believe everything you read, do you? This article is clearly written with malicious intent. I'm not buying a word of it. You're right, but it's still disturbing, even if it's third-rate tabloid material. I love that there's a tabloid article about a love triangle in a lawyer school. Wonder what this was a statue of. Whatever it was reddish purple in color. When Apollo and I first got here, both statues were already here, but they were covered up. Bet they were waiting to unveil them when the school festival moved here to this stage. You mean this duffel bag looking thing was actually being used to cover the statues? I guess that leaves the question, were they broken by accident or on purpose? What a puzzle this is. I'm gonna say that is Apollo. Mr. Wright, Athena. Fuck yeah, I got that on point. Oh, here comes Apollo. Never seen anyone move so fast. Listen. Something big's happens. Fuck, I need to get in shape. I was at the mock trial when the police announced a body has been discovered. That's right. And we're the ones who phoned it in. We found Professor Court dead behind the witness stand over there. What? Can you show me? Can you show me? I want to see this dead body. Oh, God. Maybe I need more sleep. I need more sleep nowadays. Did anybody have a Phil Collins parody on their bingo card for today? What the? We've already had a quick look at the body. It's definitely a homicide. Once the police get here, no. I know it's a homicide. I'm shocked because it's the same. Exactly the same. Whoa there, Apollo. Take a deep breath and explain what you mean. It's the same. The body, that is. It's just like how it was in the mock trial. What? It's like the mock trial? I know, it sounds crazy, but... I feel like that pose would do better if he had glasses on. Because then you'd have... You know, like this. I feel like that would do better. Just saying. The body's location and position
the murder weapon, the lack of pooling blood. It's all exactly like the mock trial. And that is where we are going to stop for today. Okay, this is the craziest story ever. What's the story? This one or are you talking about this case or are you talking about something else? Because I will say this is a perfect cliffhanger. Let me get some music going as we get ready to head out. Winter Olympics is going on and all that. It's reported, came out, male ski jumpers are injecting acid into their... How does that give you an advantage? This is what that gets. Because this is the timeline we're in. This is the timeline we're in with that news. What the hell? Venture 2, yeah. Increase the surface area of the ski suit during jumps, which increases how far the ski flies. Did not know size mattered when it came to ski jumping. That's information that I did not think I was ever going to know. Never needed to know. But okay. With that knowledge now, that's going to bring us to the end of this stream. Jaren, Dash, appreciate you guys for being here. Almost said Aztec's name because I'm so used to saying it at times. It becomes habit sometimes. Extra inch advantage, apparently. And it helps ski jumping. Dear Lord. But with that, that'll bring us to the end of this one. Tomorrow, we get one step closer to the end of the Pokemon Black randomized Nuzlocke. Game plans to take on the 8th gym and get set up for the Elite Four. So, we'll see what happens. See if we can beat the Dragon Gym tomorrow. But so far, the schedule for next week, looking like you know what leads the way on Monday. We start that, and the rest should be as normal. But with that, I appreciate you guys for being here, and I will see you next time.